guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ray, otherwise known as Disney Circus Girl, and welcome to this week's DLP chat. First of all, if you're new here and you like my content and everything, please hit that subscribe button. Every subscriber means so much to me. You won't believe how much it means to me. Also, if you like the content, like this video, like my other videos, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Why not? And drop a comment down below. Let's have a chat. So this week I'm actually going to talk about some major differences between the American Disney parks and Paris. So this isn't the normal differences like comparing size and comparing the parks and comparing hotels and stuff. This is practical tips, you could say, practical sort of differences that say if like I was traveling to America, like these were things I had learnt before going and helped me out a lot. So like I've been talking to some friends that are in the States, and this is stuff that they didn't know that they have already said will help them a lot when they go to Disneyland Paris. And that's just not come from one or two people. This has come from a few people that I've spoken to, and this also come from people who I've met in the parks, have travelled from America and didn't know about these differences, and that these differences would have helped them a lot had they known about them before going. So I hope that this helps you out in some way. Yeah. So the first big difference I want to go with, like, I'm going to start with water. At Walt Disney World, and I think at Disneyland, I don't know about Disneyland, but definitely Walt Disney World, you can get free water. You can go into the quick service locations and ask for a cup of iced water and they will give you it. In Disneyland Paris, you cannot do this. They do not do free iced water. They do have fountains all over the park, and the last time I went to Disneyland Paris, every hotel that I stayed in, there was bottles of water in the room. Even at the Santa Fe, there was 2 bottles of water in the room. So with staying at Art of Marvel, I shall put a picture in of the bottled water that was in the hotel room now. Okay, so that was the bottled water that was in the hotel room. There was 2 of those, and I was in a normal standard hotel room. Those 2 bottles, there was 2 bottles of water. They came complimentary, and yeah, so they were there. I took those into the park. And then there was also at Newport Bay Club, I got those bottles of water again. Even in the Santa Fe, I've stayed there before and the bottled water wasn't there, but this stay just gone. Every hotel I stayed in had bottled water in the room. So at the Hotel Santa Fe, it was just 2 small bottles of water, about that big, and they were in plastic bottles. But in the Hotel New York, Art of Marvel, there were 2 quite large glass bottles, and in the Newport Bay Club, again, 2 quite large glass bottles. So yeah, you can just take those. You take your own water bottle, fill it up before leaving the hotel in the morning. They don't do free water in the parks, like as in walking into quick service. They do if you were to go into like a buffet service or a table service, you can request just a glass of water and they will get you just a glass of water, and there's no charge for that. But yeah, as a standard, they do not do free iced water at Disneyland Paris. You cannot just walk into a quick service and ask for free iced water. They don't do it. Next big difference, I'm going to stay on the theme of drinks, and I'm going to go with coffee. So Starbucks is ever so popular, as we know. At Disneyland Paris, there is no Starbucks in the parks. There is no Starbucks coffee locations in either park. There is Starbucks coffee at the Disney Village, and the 2 value resorts, which are the Santa Fe and the Cheyenne, they both have Starbucks coffee. What I will say, and this is again with the coffee, in the mornings when I was getting up and like going for breakfast and stuff, or just leaving the hotel and so on, there's always a huge queue for the Starbucks in the hotels, always. But what people don't realise, a lot of people don't realise, is that with your Magic Pass, which is, there you go, so if you're staying on site, this is your hotel room key, this is your park ticket, it is your Magic Pass, keep it on you at all times. But with this, you can actually go to one of the hot beverage machines and get a free hot drink per person per day. So say you've got 4 of you, but only one of you likes coffee or hot drinks, you can go to that hot drinks dispenser and get 4 hot drinks because you've used your 1 per person per day. So why, I know it's not going to be as nice as Starbucks, but it's going to save you time. When you can get something free, do it. That coffee is free, that tea is free, the hot chocolate is free. If it's coming from that drinks dispenser, you get 1 hot drink per day. Just to prove that it's there, I should just get this out of here. This is my, from when I stayed at the, is this the one? No. So this is from when I stayed at the Santa Fe. This is the map, the resort map. And if you look on the back, just here, it does actually, I can't get it to focus, but it does actually say just here, vending machines, hot beverage dispensers free of charge are available in buildings 14, 33, 46 and 54. Hot drinks are offered with your room key, 1 hot drink per person per day. So yeah, why queue for Starbucks when you can get that for free? And then you can just grab that and go and enjoy some more time in the parks rather than just queuing and queuing and queuing for Starbucks. Also, like I said, there is a Starbucks coffee, if you really must, there is a Starbucks coffee in the Disney Village. I'm not entirely sure what time it opens, but it's there, and I have seen it open in the morning. So if the queues at the hotel are really long, like I have seen them coming out the doors and creeping around, like Cheyenne, I've seen it coming out the door and creeping around. Just go and you really don't want to, if you see that and you really don't want to use the hot drinks dispenser that is free of charge, I don't know why you wouldn't want to. Yeah, just go, and I actually have 3 of these. This is my one from the Newport Bay Club, my one from the Art of Marvel, and my one from the Santa Fe. So yeah, hot drinks free, 1 per person, free of charge, 1 per person per day of your stay. Don't waste your time in Starbucks when you can get something free. So again, staying on coffee, actually, there is no Joffrey's at Disneyland Paris. There is no Joffrey's at Disneyland Paris. 3 or 4 people have asked me about Joffrey's. There is no Joffrey's at Disneyland Paris. It's a purely American thing. There is no Joffrey's at Disneyland Paris. Okay, so again, staying on drinks, you're in the park, you are at a quick service location, or you're sitting down and having a meal, you want a refill. No free refills. There is no free refills at Disneyland Paris. I think this is in part due to the sugar levy that the EU has. So like even in the UK, you'll find a lot of places that do the ultimate refill drinks. Most of them are sugar free, and that's again because there is a sugar levy, there is a sugar tax. So there is no free refills at Disneyland Paris. There are some places where you fill up your own drink, the Santa Fe being one of them, but it only lets you fill up the drink once. So even in self-dispenser, self-filling drink stations, they will only let you fill up that drink once, unless you go for breakfast and you're filling it with juice, then that's fine. But with sodas, and yes, this one is sugar free. So yeah, you will not get a free refill on that. Coke, not even with Coke Zero, you will not get a free refill. So Just a heads up there. Okay, so I'm going to stay with the dining theme. Tipping. It is not customary to tip at Disneyland Paris. So with the buffet service locations, and in particular, the buffet service locations in particular, you are paying before you're seated. So many people I know have said, oh my God, there's a huge queue outside. The queue's coming right out the door. Oh my God. Rah, rah, rah. The queue is out the door because that is all there is. That is the queue. There is no inside queue. So what you can see is what's going into the hotel. And it's like, so some people will say, oh my God, the queue's like 3 or 4 people out the door. It must be so busy. It's not. It's that you're paying as soon as you get in the door. So you get in the door, like we'll say Plaza Gardens, for example. You queue outside, you go in, you say how many people you've got, you tell them what drink you'd like, you pay then, and then they seat you. And then it's up to you to do everything. You're the one getting the buffet. You're the one getting all your food, and if you're serving yourself, there's no need to tip. With the table service restaurants, and with Downtown Buffet was a bit different, like paid after. Downtown was paid after. I think I could have paid before, but they charged me after. I'm not entirely sure why. But I'm glad they did, because I had to have an extra drink at the Downtown restaurant because I ate a lot, so I needed more drink. So yeah, again, you don't need to tip. Table service, you don't tip. You only need to tip like if you feel the need to tip. So if your service has been absolutely exceptional, feel free to leave a tip. It's optional. You don't have to leave a tip. It's not customary. It's not mandatory. It's not added to your bill. None of that. It's optional. It's up to you whether you want to leave a tip. Okay, so my next point, somebody that I've bumped into when I was at Disneyland Paris, and he came over from California, and he didn't know this about Europe, about the UK or France. He was going on a trip around Europe. He didn't know this. Sales tax is included in the price on the ticket. So say you've got a pin, for example. Yes, this is the pre-anniversary pin that I was on about. And it says $8.99. You take it to the checkout. They will not be adding sales tax because the sales tax is already included. So the price you see on the label is the price you will be paying at checkout. This is going to be my last point for this video, and it's just a quick moving on. This is ride based now. So Premier Access. We all know what happened to Fast Pass. They did away with it. In Disney World and Disneyland, you have Genie and Genie Plus. We do not have Genie Plus or Genie. We just have Premier Access. Every ride that has a Premier Access line, so that's every ride that used to have a Fast Pass line, if you want to basically Fast Pass, you pay per ride. The prices are quite pricey. They have gone down in price since they first brought this in. This system was brought in before Genie and Genie Plus. So I can only imagine that they saw how it was going at Disneyland Paris before deciding what they were going to do at Disneyland and Disney World. So currently I know that Phantom Manor has Premier Access, which is really not needed. Big Thunder Mountain has it, Peter Pan has it, I'm trying to think what else has it. Hyperspace Mountain, Star Tours, Buzz Lightyear Laser Blast, Autopia, Tower of Terror, I'm not entirely sure what else, but yeah, they've got these Premier Access. Indiana Jones, they have this Premier Access, and it can be quite pricey. Like some of them, when they started, some of them were as high as €15 per person per ride. So if you've got a family of 4, you've got €60 right there and then to get on that ride. So I would advise do not pay that, especially if you choose the right time of year. There will be no need for you to use Premier Access anyway. The only ride that I would say needs Premier Access, and fingers crossed is getting it, is Crush. Crush Coaster always has this huge queue. Like, I mean, people getting there at 7:30 in the morning. They go straight to the queue for the studios, and then they go straight to the queue for Crush. And Crush has got like a 2-hour, nearly 3-hour long queue before like it's even open to regular guests. Because there's always the extra magic hours, which is just early morning time, extra magic time for hotel guests and annual pass holders. Crush is always open for that, and straight away the queue's up to like 80 odd minutes. So don't do that. Wait until, if you really are there on a once in a lifetime trip and you really want to get on Crush, go at the end of the day. However, like I said, I think from looking at pictures of, because they're doing a refurb at the moment, so I think looking at pictures of it, they are possibly going to be putting in a Premier Access line. The line before didn't lend itself well to a fast pass line. It did have single riders, which I guess you could have turned into fast pass, but then you've just got the issue of single riders. Hopefully they're doing something, because it does need it. And I would say of all of the rides at the entire of Disneyland Paris, that is the only ride that needs it, and up until now it's not had anything. So fingers crossed Crush will get something. Okay, so that's it for today. I hope this video has helped a little tiny bit. If I've missed anything out, if you know I've missed anything out that you'd like to know, or you know of something that I have missed out, drop a comment down below. Let me know, let everybody else know. So yeah, let's talk about the differences. Like I said, drop a comment down below. Hit the like button if you've liked this. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this has been helpful, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Sur ta pose à nouveau.